Explorers, this is a friendly reminder from the UNPSC not to attempt to leave the Ventorsk exclusion zone, as demarcated by the electric fence surrounding the site. We deeply regret the necessity of this measure, taken for your own protection, as well as for the protection of anyone attempting to enter the zone. Exposure to radiation and other after effects of the event have made the world outside the exclusion zone toxic for those who were in close proximity to the asteroid strike. Every survivor who left the exclusion zone before the area was cordoned off died within hours, despite the best efforts of the UNPSC's medical specialists. No medications or surgical interventions, not even the creation of controlled environments, succeeded in slowing the deterioration of organ function in those unfortunate survivors of the event. There have been no medical breakthroughs since that would suggest that doctors would be able to save a survivor who exited the zone. We hope that our research, with your assistance, will in time permit for such a breakthrough. Meanwhile, the UNPSC is with you in your efforts to maintain whatever normalcy is possible under the circumstances. We are committed to providing you with everything you need for a safe and comfortable existence in return for your continued cooperation.
Well, looks like we're stuck here. Hello my friends, welcome back to the Radius. Today we are going to do some side missions in Pervomay and see the rest of the map. While we're only doing side missions in this episode, we do uncover a lot of interesting things about the world, so stay tuned until the end. Again, I apologize for the audio being so quiet, but I did buy a new mic, so I hope that this problem will be fixed in the following episodes. Thanks for sticking around.
Shouldn't bother me, okay. A new artifact inside an anomaly cluster. The UNPSC has evaluated you as the most suitable candidate for this mission. Deliver the artifact. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the train tracks and clear up this area first, and then kind of come back around down here, back down home. Okay. 3 days before the tide, okay. God, look at that. That day, me and Ace got a job from the committee, so I offed him and made a stash in a pipe in the woods by the station near the Pervomay route. Yeah, Ace brought me luck. Ooh, okay. Ooh. There's our first mimic. There's another one or two around here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm in here? Okay. Let's get that rift. You can wait. did not take any ammo. That's embarrassing. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Where are you? It sounded as if it came from some horrible void in between our life and theirs. Let me go and I'll give you back what I found. I stood up and looked for the soldiers, hoping whatever made them human was still there. Maybe they saw me as an intruder into their home. Maybe they would let me go. Alright, well, I'm in a little trouble. Okay. Well, if necessary. Jesus Christ, okay. Thank you for not being a mimic. Okay. Thank you. You know what? I'm not taking any chances. Okay. I hear you out there. Embarrassing. You know what? We might not be in trouble after all. Just remembered. Oh, thank you, God. Okay. God. Look at that. Sorry, pal. Crater right there. Ripped the train up off the tracks. Shockwave comes down here. Straight down that way. Ooh.
UNPSC, Explorer 12, log 10-12, Stomper anomaly. The Stomper is controversial. Explorers and researchers have reported hearing but not seeing a giant invisible creature lurking around the radius. identified only by the sounds of heavy rhythmic stepping. An explorer I know claims that he was killed by the stomper once, and that it was one of his most confusing deaths. He heard something nearby that sounded kind of like thunder, but couldn't see anything unusual. Being a brave fool, he decided to locate the source of the sound and move towards it. And then bam! It was like a tsunami came down on him out of nowhere. He only had time to think, a fly beneath the fly swatter, and then he was dead. To be clear, there are no documented cases of its effects. Reports have varied from those who believe it will crush anything with 100 tons of weight. Other theories include that it only damages equipment or that it can't affect anything at all. Other chains have also claimed that they've encountered the stomper, heard the sound and tried to investigate it, or just didn't get out of the way fast enough. But when it struck, it was more like a hot, dry wind that damaged their equipment but didn't hurt them. I don't know who to believe since I've never experienced the stomper myself, though I think I've heard its heavy rhythmic stomping. Either way, it's best to listen carefully as you run around the zone.
Thank you. Okay. This is very interesting. This is a calendar.
Here is a close-up of the calendar. The date reads Monday, September 3rd. The text is a little hard to read, so this was the best that I could make of it. I believe that first line reads V-O-S-H, which is short for Voshod or sunrise, just like what we saw on our first wristwatch, by the way. And the number next to it is a time, 6:37 a.m. Right next to that, I believe it's Z-A-H, or short for Zahat, which is sunset, or 2020 or 8:20 p.m. It would be interesting to see if those times line up in-game, but I don't believe they do. The text beneath reads, September 3rd marked the 45th anniversary of the proclamation, 1945, of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. This means that the date on this calendar is September 3rd, 1990, and yes, I did check to see if that day is a Monday. This means that this calendar is dated 3 years after the Pechorsk event. I will touch more on the implications of this at the end of the video.
Yeah.
Attention please. The train departing from Platform 2 will be 5 hours service to Novaya Znamenka. For your own safety, please stand back from the platform edge.
You know, that's a real place actually. I wonder if we could trace on Google Maps how far away 5 hours is. Listen, Wuss, I got you a present right inside the stove in the greenhouse in Bolotki. It's not your favorite minced pies, but you better check it. Okay. All right. All right, we're done here. Let's go to the other places. Okay. Got you. I know, I see ya. Hush. sudden, an intense silence fell between myself and them. I tried to calm down and finally managed to reload and poke my head around the barrier, scanning the rooftop of the bunker the shooting had come from. As I focused on every detail in my surroundings, I heard something I hadn't expected, a low grumbling. All right. Valak, you're an idiot, a chronic one. What was it yesterday? As if it was your first shift after vocational school. Our boss says you're not kidding. A bonus this month. How do you plan on paying for the fishing trip? Anyway, call me. I have an idea. See you. Damn. Okay. Okay. I had a horrifying thought. What if the radius expanded to include Vano? What if everything is an echo, like the train, the crashed helicopter, the shadows, and the children playing near the village? What if there's no one left outside the radius and I'm the last person alive? Nice. Oh, what's in here? Oh, hey. What a rude awakening. I thought the storm was getting bad, so I just went to sleep, and when I woke up, I was outside. I have no clue how I got there. So unless I've started sleepwalking, something moved me halfway across the route. Mildly concerning. I think I'll venture further into the radius tomorrow. Okay. Felt like a loud pops. 3 rounds tore through. Dying wasn't so bad, it was the void that scared me. I waited for a white light or a stairway into the fire, but it didn't come. Instead, a girl spoke to me, her voice coming from everywhere. She begged me to find her, and before I could answer, the boy had gone.
Okay, so what did we learn today? We learned that for some unknown reason, the event makes it so if anyone within the zone gets too far away from the radius, they die of organ failure soon after. And as of now, there's no cure for this. Our working relationship with the UNPSC is ostensibly to bring information back from inside the radius to the outside world. To what end? Well, the UNPSC mentions that it's to help us return to the real world, but I guess we'll see how that plays out. We ran into our first rift anomaly in the previous episode, and in this one we saw 2 more.
Alright.
They are creepy bundles of black material that groan and will respawn enemies after a brief window. They die pretty easily and always drop a shard behind upon death. If the shard is broken, it can be turned in for a side mission. We also met the first police mimics. They patrol specific areas and will shoot on sight. We also found a calendar dated 3 years after the Pechorsk event. To be fair, I don't know if this was something intentionally left by the developers, but if it is, there are many interesting implications from this. If this calendar exists in our world, it means that things went on as normal after the event for 3 years until time stopped, and we are in the Pechorsk we now know. Or, if this calendar exists in the parallel world, it means that we are affecting events in their 1990, and it seems likely that the Pechorsk event never occurred in their world. I say this because the shadows we keep running into all seem to be living out normal lives that would be impossible with a giant menacing orb in the sky that won't let anyone leave.
Attention, please. The train departing from Platform 2 will be 5-hour service to Novaya Znamenka.
Speaking of timelines, we found this note labeled Shabit, which translates to Scribbles, and it's dated December 23rd, 2001. The developers have already confirmed that this game takes place at the turn of the century, so this note is pretty recent for us as the player. I did want to mention real quick that we will be entering a new zone in the next episode, Bolotki Village, and I did update our loadout for the occasion. I replaced our old PM pistol with a GSH-18 purchased from the store. While the GSH-18 isn't much stronger than the PM, it gives us an 18-round magazine instead of the 8, which we will be needing. I could have repaired the G17 we found in the motor depot, but the GSH-18's 9x18 ammo is much easier to find than the G17's 9x19 ammo. I also plan to procure a different 9x19 pistol in the near future. The TT-33 that we found in the train station gives us a substantial increase in both damage and accuracy, but we still only have 8 shots with it, so I'm taking that as an emergency backup weapon. Oh, and one other thing. We found another cassette from our old friend Explorer 12 talking about Stomper anomalies, where he also mentions interacting with multiple explorers about their varied experiences with said anomaly. This reinforces the notion that not only were there explorers before us, but they worked together in groups. But the biggest revelation of that tape was the fact that one explorer died from the Stomper anomaly, and he called it one of his most confusing deaths, meaning explorers can't die here in Pechorsk. Which again begs the question from the previous video, if we can't die here, where did all these people go?